Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm Carl Ross Sr. And this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that's listening all over the world. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Ross Cloud Podcast. Listen, we have a very special guest with us today. We have the one and only Miss Katrina Harrison. How are you, Katrina?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
Today's a great day, right?
Today is a beautiful day. It's Winning Wednesday.
I love that. I've never heard anybody say that either.
Oh, yeah.
Winning Wednesday.
Welcome to the winner's circle. It's
Uh-oh.
Winning Wednesday.
There it is. So for the folks that don't know who you are, Katrina, can you just tell the folks where you're from and what you do?
I am from the big city of Reidsville, North Carolina, and I am the executive director, one of the founding members of the Last Dons. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we serve the surrounding areas. And we have just expanded internationally.
I love it. I absolutely love it. This is beautiful. You guys are doing some amazing work in our community. And as you said, you guys are expanding into the international space. And I think it's just wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about your mission, your purpose of your nonprofit organization, if you would?
Our mission is to serve those individuals that have a criminal background and want to turn their life around. We usually target 21 and older, maybe that have just been released from prison or whatever, may have had a mishap with the law. And we just want to try to get them back on their feet. We want to support them. Our mission statement is we are not a club. We are not a motorcycle club.
That's right.
But we are a culture of open arms and extended hands. And we ride for a reason.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So are there any limits to what you can do for those that are being released back into society?
If you would have asked me 12 years ago, when we started, I probably would have said yes. But now with laws, grant funding, the government actually seeing a need to release those after time served, there are no limits. There are no limits to what anyone can do that truly wants to turn their life around and get an education from a 2-year to 4-year to a certification.
I love it.
We can do our best to assist, At this point, we have been able to provide scholarships for a couple of barbers, individuals to get their CDLs.
Oh, I love that.
Culinary students. A couple of nurses. Some cosmetologists.
Beautiful.
And also, I think, a vet tech. So God has been able to bless us to be a blessing, blessed to be a blessing. And just to stand beside those that have served their time. And
it doesn't matter what the crime is either. Are you limited to sexual,
We certainly are. Limited domestic violence. We still have to have, our standards.
Absolutely.
Want to assist you. And we will do what we can to get you the services. If we can't help you, I most certainly have the means with my career to redirect. However, we do have our standards.
I was going to ask that.
Anything against children, hate crimes, we tiptoe around it.
Absolutely.
But we do not turn you away. We still want to support you.
Right.
Even if support means redirecting and putting you on the right path.
I love it. Thank you for explaining that. That's probably what I was probably wanting to allude to was what were the limits? And I guess that was one of them, and you explained that perfectly. So what inspired you to start this wonderful nonprofit organization?
My late husband, myself, his parents, his friends, and family members, we came together and wanted to honor his legacy. That was something that he and a few of his friends would do when they found out people that they knew were released from prison. Right. Wanted to support them, wanted to urge them and encourage them to go in a new direction. What started from a new pair of tennis shoes, a suit, or some clothes, a few dollars in their pocket, and encouragement has now turned into the Last Don Second Chance Scholarship.
Man, I think that's just beautiful. Indeed. And you eventually just took over. I know we talked before, but you actually just came in. You were invited in. Am I right? Can you kind of tell the folks a little bit of how that worked out and how that happened? I know God did it, but let's just talk about how all of that happened.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
His friends, his brothers, per se, that we would call them, they wanted to do something to honor him.
Yeah.
And the first recipient was myself.
Awesome.
They presented me with a scholarship after they had raised funds, Sundress Sundays, they did years ago, and just coming together to celebrate his legacy.
Yeah.
They presented me with the scholarship, and they wanted to continue on.
Yeah.
So I would say I became president probably around 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
One of the other founding members, he started out. He did his 4 years. We were successful, left some footprints of blessings.
Yeah.
Ever since then, we have just tried to serve with integrity, dignity, and making others feel like they're supported.
Yeah.
We all have fallen short.
Yes.
Made decisions. The only difference between us and our recipients, we didn't get caught.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You alluded to it a little bit early in a couple of questions that I asked you, but can you talk about how the organization has impacted society, but not only that, how it has impacted you, Katrina, and what it does for you to be a part of it as well as the community? You alluded to it a little bit. You kind of touched on it, but can you expound just a little bit more on it, if you would?
I can. It has humbled me. It has humbled me to really recognize that if one person truly captures the vision and we generously invite others to be a part, we can truly move mountains. We're better together.
That's right.
We are better together. After we presented probably like our third scholarship, God laid it on my heart for us to impact children. And in impacting children, it was providing them with school supplies. We started at the park. I think the first year that we did it, we probably gave away about 600 backpacks.
I love it.
Moving forward, we are now on year 10. And I think last year we gave away 2,500 field backpacks, just making sure that our kids are prepared. A field backpack with supplies, food on that day, fun activities, fellowship. It may sound like nothing to some, but for a family to be able to come together and enjoy those kids, be able to enjoy the backpacks, it means a lot. That's one less thing that they have to check off their list for them to get ready to go to school. From our Make a Child's Dream Come True, our bowling tournament that we usually host in December, we locate families that have children that may have had some medical issues. And over time, where their days have been spent at the hospital, medical fees, we try to provide them with a vacation. We've sent families to the Great Wolf Lodge. We've sent a family to the beach. We've sent families to Disney on Ice. We base those presentations on the children's and their limitations and what the families can do. We host a golf tournament.
I love it.
At Grand Over Resort. With those opportunities, and then of course our actual annual scholarship presentation. That's our goal, is to give out as many scholarships as we can. Feed for Thanksgiving. One year we gave away 300 meals for Thanksgiving, full course meals for the families to be able to sit down and have dinner and not have to worry about it. We identified an apartment complex in Reedsville and one in Greensboro. We identified a retirement community, just places where we could be able to bless. The past few years, I would say with COVID, that's limited a lot of the interaction. So now we've come back to the drawing board, trying to figure out what'll work best. Again, now with that 2 to 3 year pause with COVID, kids really no longer need backpacks. They're needing Chromebooks, right? Everything,
absolutely,
everything is technology.
That's right.
So we're hoping that maybe one day we can come up with some grant funding. So how has it impacted me? Open arms and extended hands, it's something that I would have hoped to be available to me. If I had children and I was in need.
That's right.
An organization coming together to hand out and not take. is truly a blessing, and it's an honor to be a part of.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You just gave it all to us. I love it. I love it. So you did talk a little bit about how the organization funds its operations and programs, and I heard you do tournaments, you do you partner. So can you talk about some of the people that you have partnered with and how they can partner with you guys?
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
S&K Preemie Love Foundation, they are located out of Reedsville by Tamika Mullins Goods.
All right.
She lost her twins years ago, and she provides scholarships for high school students.
I love it.
She works hand in hand with us with the school supply giveaway. Bunny's Trail.
Okay.
They are located out of Rockingham County. They assist with a lot of domestic violence, women's shelters.
Yeah.
So we have it covered.
Yeah.
Pink Butterfly Group. They are located outside of Reedsville in Rockingham County.
Yeah.
They focus on young girls, helping them with their self-esteem, restoration of their hearts and their minds, preparing them for their future. Reedsville Tigers. With Sharon Galloway and her two sons. They founded. They started off with a football team for the youth and boys, and now they've expanded to like basketball teams. So just being able to partner with us, we can't do this alone.
That's right.
You know, we are truly better together.
Yeah.
And people just coming in. Jamal Davis with the Mix Network.
Yes.
There would be no partnership or
Come on now. Come on.
Right. To show what we're doing, because he captures it and he's able to put it out there to live stream it so people will know how to be a part. You can reach us by email, by phone, Facebook, Twitter. Throw a smoke signal. We'll catch it.
I love it.
Again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Everything that comes in, it goes out. No one on our board is paid. They do not receive a salary.
Understand.
We are just here, blessed to be a blessing, and we are open to all organizations. We have some awesome sponsors. Phoenix Systems.
All right.
By Sheldon Winston.
Yes.
He does a lot with our golf tournament. McLaurin Funeral Home in Reedsville.
I love it.
Pastor Joel Clark. His brand, I Live in Expectation. They sponsor us. Noah's Ark, Full Gospel Church. We partner with everybody.
I love it.
And the city of Reedsville, the Reedsville Rotary Club. They celebrate. Reedsville Area Foundation. What we can do. Reed's Computer Sales. They keep our internet up and going. Again, better together, and not to mention, last but not least, the Ross Cloud podcast. You know, who better than to keep us on the airways to let people know what we're doing. One person opening the door, and after they go through, open the door for someone else.
That's right.
So that we can build.
That's right. I love it. I absolutely love it. You talked about how you engage your volunteers and community members. You just talked about that. So I think that's wonderful. But, you know, I don't want folks to think that this has been easy for you either, because the premise of this show is to help people become better. So if you would, can you kind of talk a little bit about some of the obstacles that you faced, but how you overcame them? If you would.
Most certainly. When you start off as a nonprofit, all you have is a name, dream it and do it. I've been looking at your cup. It's like, dream it and do it. Back up 2 or 3 says, write the vision and make it plain so that he who reads it can run with it. I had to first write this thing down. When God laid it on my heart to feed his sheep. No clue what that would look like. You know, no clue what that would entail, because one, I have never done anything in the nonprofit field. So being humble to ask people, you know, can you help do this? Can you help do that? It started out with fish fries and T-shirt sales. Which got us here. Everybody wants a good hot piece of fish, some baked beans.
Come on now.
Slaw. You can probably fund the whole country.
I'm trying to tell you.
The right person dropping the fish
come
in the
on.
grease.
What? Lord have mercy.
Out of debt. You know,
you ain't lying.
You know,
Woo-woo.
We might get out of debt.
Yes, sir.
Fish. So just being able to offer something. And what I have learned on the journey, people want to show that they are showing you support. That's where those T-shirts have come from.
Yes, sir.
I've seen some of the first original shirts, people walking around with them with good quality, still wearing them, willing to donate $20 to $25 just to be able to show their support.
Yes.
And sometimes you want to get something for your dollar.
Absolutely,
and that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But for me, oh my gosh, it brings tears to my eyes.
Sure.
To see a no if, no ands, no buts, no doubt shirt walking around. To see some of our blessed to be a blessing shirts walking around.
Yes.
And people wearing them with pride.
That's right.
And our last shirt, this T-shirt, built a tiny house. Our tiny house with a big purpose project. And to see that, it shows me that someone cared enough.
That's right.
About that vision that I wrote down on a piece of paper.
Yes.
And they are willing to support.
Yes.
And the fact that they can see where their dollar is going when we have the school supply giveaway, because it takes every dollar.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
It takes every volunteer. We can't do it without volunteers.
Yeah.
It's 12 of us, but we can't be everywhere.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Everywhere. Those that stay up with me late at night, packing those backpacks.
That's right.
Again, we had a place. We were actually doing it at Elm Grove Baptist Church where we were packing. Okay. But when COVID hit, they closed their doors.
Sure.
But the kids still needed the backpacks.
Yeah.
So my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister, my two nieces, and 2 to 3 other volunteers, we packed backpacks in a storage building.
Wow.
We packed them in a storage building. So it's not that these backpacks come pre-packed.
You got
My
to pack
hands
them.
touch them.
Yeah.
And I want it that way.
Yeah.
I go out and I shop.
Yeah.
I can touch these backpacks.
Yeah.
I can search them to make sure, even when they're donated.
That's right.
To make sure nothing is placed in there.
Yeah.
So just to be able to see where we came from to where we are.
Yeah.
Not giving up on your dream.
Come on.
And staying the course.
Staying the course.
Staying the course.
Yeah.
It's funny that we're here today because this morning I taught Acts 11 and Acts 10 yesterday, and Peter got a vision, right?
Yes, sir.
And a sheet dropped down from heaven.
Yes.
And there were all these items, all these animals that he could eat.
Yeah.
And he told God, I can't eat those because they're not good.
Yeah.
3 times God came back and told him, don't you say that anything that I created is not good.
Come on.
So I believe that any vision that he gives me, it has to be good.
Yes.
Because he dropped it in my lap.
Amen.
I can't tell him I can't do something.
Yeah.
When God says that we can, when God says that we can't let anybody tell us we can't.
Yes.
Because in chapter 11,
Come on.
right?
Come on.
There were those that told him, you can't eat that, and you shouldn't be running around elbows acting or serving those that are less than. Who are you to call anything or anybody that God created not good?
Yes, sir.
I have to do exactly what he says. Even when I have to make sure I'm first the one that says that I can't.
Yeah.
So if God tells you to do it, we got to do it.
You got to do it.
That unction,
that
thought,
Yeah.
that something told me, however you identify, however anybody identifies.
Yeah, absolutely.
recognizes
Absolutely.
What that vision is, what that dream or what that idea is.
Yeah.
Run with it, because if you stop, the only one that's hindered is yourself.
Now, I love it. I absolutely love it. And see, this is a great segue because I can hear that you're a woman of great faith and you love the law.
I do. I love him.
So
yes,
I want to talk a little bit about your ministry outside of the nonprofit organization, which is the very, very true essence of who you really are. And I know that you have done a few things with talking to women. Am I correct?
Certainly.
Okay, so if you would, can you kind of touch on that a little bit and talk about the ministry aspect of Katrina, with God calling you to that, to give people more of an understanding of the heart of Katrina and also the heart behind the Last Dons.
Most certainly.
So if you would, let's talk about your ministry with working with women. Is it just women only?
No. It's
okay, so
it's the family.
It's the family. Okay, so if you would, kind of talk a little bit about that, and then we'll continue on to talk about some of the great things you guys are doing international.
No problem.
All right.
No
Yeah.
problem. So my personal ministry is Watch, and it is called Watch Women at the Cross Hill. It's
right.
Watch Ministries. But it is certainly to reinforce, encourage families. With Watch, I go out and I do a lot of missions work. I do a lot of women's conferences.
Yeah.
I lead a Bible study that is virtual.
Yeah.
We dial in every day. That's my Iron Sharpens Iron, where it is equipping the saints. That's men and women that join in.
Yeah.
Have been doing that for 12 years. We start pretty early, 5:30 a.m., Monday through Friday.
Yep.
And it's just an intense study. We walk through the Bible, line by line, precept by precept. We go with the chapters in the Bible. God lays the book on my heart, and we walk through it. It's an open discussion.
Yeah.
It's not your typical Bible study. It's not your typical prayer line. We read the night before. We know what the assignment is, and we are able to come on and share what God has revealed to us.
Yeah.
Sort of like this podcast.
Yeah.
We sit down, we chop it up. It's amazing how God will reveal something to you. He'll reveal something to me, and as we share it, it opens up even more of the mysteries that he has.
Yes.
So with those sessions, it's just an opportunity to get to know him, to be free, to worship, to praise, to study, and to grow.
Yeah.
To grow in God so that we can be equipped. Even if someone says they don't believe in him, we need to believe in something.
Yeah.
We need to have some values. We need to have some morals.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of our lifespan, we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
It's up to us where we go and how we choose.
Yeah.
And I don't believe it has to be forced.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So how can women or the family get involved with this portion of the ministry that you do? How can they be a part of it? How can they contact you? Like, we won't do that just yet, but how can they get in? What's the name of it? Let me say that. What's the name of it?
So the Bible study group is called Iron Sharpens Iron.
And you just said that. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So it's called Iron Sharpens Iron.
And you said 5:30 a.m.
5:30.
Now that's what I heard.
It's 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
We usually go between 5:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m.
Okay.
Sometimes we're Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Sometimes we are 7 days a week.
Okay.
Depends on how the Spirit leads me.
Understood.
As we start with the book, being open and honest. We just did a 12-hour prayer run on Saturday, where we started Saturday morning at 12 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., and ended 12 p.m.
Yeah.
So what did we do? We dialed in. We had one prayer focus.
Yes.
We studied, and we came back on throughout just to strengthen us. Our goal this time was to fortify the family.
Yeah.
You can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me at the one number right now. It's a multi-purpose line. I'll probably say it again. It's 336-394-3942.
Yeah.
Or you can reach me on my personal email, which is Katrina Harrison @twc.com.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that part of your life with folks, because we're looking for you to expand that as well. Yeah. I think God got some great things for you as you continue to press forward. So that's keep going as we're talking about the Last Dons, because I know of some of the things that you guys, some of the future goals and initiatives your organization is working towards now. But if you would, can you talk about what you've done thus far? And if you don't want to talk about everything, because I understand the importance of keeping some stuff until God actually releases it. So if you would you can tap into it a little bit and talk a little bit about what you've already done internationally, and then talk about what the goal is, if you like.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Most certainly. I think that's where the Last Dons and ministry collides for me.
Okay.
This is where the chaplaincy opens up.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Me
Gotcha.
being a chaplain.
Okay.
Which took on my international missions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to separate the two, no matter how much.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever outgrow
Yeah.
the Last Dons or ever walk away from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with God calling me international to South Africa, in South Africa, I was able to serve in Delmas, Soweto, Johannesburg, Elof, and that's it.
Okay,
now.
I understand.
We're gonna hold off.
Yeah, we'll hold off right there. Yeah, we'll keep that. Yeah, we'll keep that right there. Mm-hmm.
So that's the area that we were able to serve.
Yeah.
When I went the first time, really just going to serve, feed, distribute supplies. And that was when I had went with Dr. Patricia Bailey with Master's Touch Ministries.
Yeah.
And this is what she's been doing. She's been doing international ministry for over 40 years.
Okay.
So with her, she opened my eyes to a whole different level of service, of serving people, of meeting the needs, and expanding our nonprofit. Really understanding that it's okay. It's okay to, have that international arm, but knowing how to steward it. And coming back, we were introduced with an opportunity for international community development. I presented it to the board. I presented it to the Last Dons, informing them, let's jump on this. I truly believe in sowing seeds. I believe in casting the vision. Sometimes we have to see it so that we can see it. In that opportunity, I presented them, let's build a tiny house. 600 American dollars equals over 10,000 Rand in South African monies, right?
Make you want to go to South Africa.
It does, but still get paid.
But still get paid, right.
In the American dollar.
Mercy.
Right.
Wow.
So they were on board. Talked to them about what this would mean for us. 2 of them agreed. They wanted to honor their family members. One of the guys said, we need to tell everybody, because I documented my journey. Everything I do, I try to document it because this is my legacy.
That's right.
There's the Last Dons, but then there's the footprint of blessings that I leave as Minister Katrina Harrison.
That's right.
And this was an opportunity for us to do so. Long story short, we built 16 tiny houses. We placed 12 of those houses in the Eco Village in Delmas, South Africa. We placed the other 4 in Eco Village 2 in Soweto. We were also able to partner with Mount Zion Church here in Greensboro.
Great church. Bishop Pierce.
Bishop Pierce, yes.
Yeah. He does a lot in the community.
Not only in the community,
he's
South Africa as well.
Yeah, man.
They dedicated and donated the Last Dons Medical and Resource Center.
Wow.
Where the families in
Gotta
the
love
village,
it. Gotta
will
love
be
it.
able to have medical care when the doctors and nurses go over. We were able to assist them with their recreation center. Providing a kitchen there. That's where we have expanded. We have the Rehoboth Water Project that we're working on with our grannies, because there are the senior citizens that receive those houses in Delmas. And just to be able to provide them with warmth, safety, and now water. You're drinking on your cup of water. Which we take for granted. We take for granted that we can go wash our hands in the restroom, in a clean restroom.
That's right.
Even when we have gone into a restroom that hasn't been sanitized or disinfected, it still has
no comparison
to there.
Wow.
So that's where we have been able to venture off to and sow and plant seeds. And what better place than the motherland?
I love it. So as you alluded to a little bit, about the experience, can you go even deeper about the experience? I've spoken with you before about it, but can we talk even more about how that portion of that international work that you have done thus far has humbled you, and kind of talk about some of the horrific things that you did see and why it's so necessary for people to jump on board and donate and connect with you guys so you guys can do this work. Can you talk about some of those experiences a little bit?
Certainly. Me as a woman, you as your wife, your sister or any female family member. Of course, we have to walk out and be aware of our surroundings. But it is so bad with the gender-based violence there that the senior citizens, the grandmothers that we provided houses for, I'm talking about the Mimis, the Gigi's, the Nanas, the Go-Go's, is who they're referenced to. It's so horrific that they face being raped, for the simple fact of them wanting to have a safe place to stay. Wow. There are terrorists, because that's what it is, terrorists that attack them, and it may not be physical abuse, but it's sexual abuse.
Understand.
And you imagine your 80 to 90-year-old grandmother, you going to visit, and she telling you this is what happens.
Wow.
Just for them to stay somewhere. So to be able to provide them with a safe community is a blessing.
Yeah.
Again, gender-based violence doesn't just stop with the senior citizens. We were able to witness and hold young ladies from the ages of 6 to 16 to 22 that have been raped, mutilated, may never be able to have children because of some of the things that have happened to them. We witnessed little boys that were orphaned, that was also sex trafficked, martyred, just mutilated. There was one baby that was 8 years old. They found her head in one location. They found her body in another. They found her limbs in another place. So those are the things that we saw, and being able to pray and witness to them, that God is a protector, God is a provider. We think witnessing on the corner here is something. Imagine telling someone God's going to make it okay, but we don't have any food or place for them to go.
Understood.
So it's certainly something to behold. We take for granted running water. Running water meaning toilets. Was telling you in Soweto. Where,
I remember you saying that.
Where Mandela lived, the sewage. You got caught up in my rain boots. I didn't just wear rain boots because they were leopard and cute. I wore rain boots because
you had to wear them.
I wanted my feet to be protected, not from just the moisture, not from rain, but there's open sewage that's running.
That's right.
We talked about the 20 families living in a village, and 20 families doesn't mean a family of 4.
No.
20 families could mean 10 in one house, 5 in the other, 12 in another. When you don't have anything, you'll come together.
That's right.
And to service those, they only had 5.
Wow.
5 porta-johns.
Wow.
For those many people, and it's only changed every 2 weeks. Look how often we go to the bathroom in a day.
Yeah, that's true.
When you got 3 people in your house. So sometimes it's go when you can, go where you can. They don't have lights. So you really don't want to send your 10-year-old daughter out to the porta-john.
Oh, no.
And there's gender-based violence.
Oh,
you
no,
still don't
not
want
at
to
all.
send your wife. You as a man, you barely want to go because there's kidnapping, So we had to make sure we were protected.
Absolutely.
Of course. But to be a part of a people that look like us and to be able to serve is very important. It's very important.
And you said so much. I also remember you talking about electricity and how some people passed away because they was just trying to hook up to like what would it be, like a power line? A power line.
Like
literally.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it's literally a power line because the shanties in Soweto, where Ma Carol is, where she provides for that village, right across the street. It's like the Greensboro Coliseum. Over there they have lights and people are going in and enjoying the festivities. But right across the way, there's limited lighting. And where the limited lighting is, of course, there's always someone amongst us that says, hey, I've done this before. Maybe I can, if we, back in the day, if we were getting cable before it went digital, we always
run some cable.
But you're going to run into a high voltage. And when you don't know what you're doing,
you
can see corpses laying there. If they don't come change the sewage, they're really not coming to get a body. So we have seen like some remains that were there while we're walking around. Just to service and to see the need. I think what broke my heart the most was when we were there in Soweto, where Mandela had hid out after we had walked around to sort of, I guess we say, to survey the land to see what we can do when we come back or when the next team is coming. So we can report the need. And when you're turning around because you've come to the last spot
Yeah.
where the tour guide is saying, okay, we're going to go back.
Yeah.
And you hear people literally saying, help us. You know, you're from America. You're our brothers. You're our sisters. Help us do something. And you can't. You have a 6-year-old to 10-year-old kid come to you and show you they need shoes because the flip-flops that they have no longer have the little space in the middle, but they've tied them around their feet. They've literally taken the bottom of the flip-flop, that sponge or that cushion, and they have a string and it's tied around.
Yeah.
Trying to make it. And as missionaries, we can only take so much.
Yeah.
We can't identify that we're coming with a lot of supplies
Sure.
because you have people at the airport in customs that need stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll take it out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of training. I've had a lot of people to reach out and want to go, but it's not that simple.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that simple. You can, however, are you ready?
It's a lot. Yeah. For what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of have to wrap your mind around it and prepare yourself to say, hey, first of all, I'm going over here to work.
To work.
To work.
Yes.
You know, as beautiful as a country as South Africa is to know that this is still going on and knowing that apartheid is still, it's a direct reflection of it, is something else, Katrina. And you guys are going over there in the midst of all of that. That is something. I don't think we got that deep into it last time. Because now, you know, as you're talking to me, you say corpse, like you know, you saw that out there. And I couldn't even imagine that in my mind, to your point, because we have access to everything here. We have resources that are available to us. We have money where we can go to the bath. You know, we have all of our needs are met.
We have everything.
And everything, when you go over there, it's not that way. So what you guys are doing is major, whether it's 3 houses, 4 houses. And I'm sure the goal is to just have an influx of houses over there. Oh, man, do you think, and maybe I'm getting ahead, but do you think it's possible that, I think you might have said this about it, solar panels.
Solar panels.
Okay, well, I'll fall back. We won't talk too much. We can talk about that a little bit.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
But
certainly.
Somebody that's listening out there, if you have a company or a business and there's solar panels that you do, please reach out to the Last Dons, man. Those things that'll be golden for those folks over in South Africa. So if you're watching, please, solar panels, get them to her. Get them over to the Last Dons. Get them over to Katrina, and hopefully we'll get this information out to the folks so that, not hopefully, we're going to get it out to the folks so that they can contact you. This is something that the more you talk about it, the more you sit here. I'm listening to you, and I think for a moment I didn't think it was like that. You know, because I don't remember us going that deep into it.
When we listen, we oftentimes listen with our eyes.
Yes.
You know,
we
can walk through a story with someone, and to be honest, you know, because I've never seen a corpse. Like, I've never seen a corpse just laying on the side. So it may not have been the full corpse. But bits and pieces, they don't have like hazmat, right? Or they don't have like the recovery teams. So they're getting everything that they can up. But as you're walking with some of the people, because they are beautiful people, friendly people.
Absolutely.
They may say that was the shirt that they were wearing, or this might have been the shoe, or different things. And you start looking, you look closer. Like I said, I took my boots because when I went to Jamaica on that mission trip, it rained, and I didn't have my boots.
Yeah.
And I knew when we were preparing to go out in South Africa, they started telling us about open sewage. So I put my boots in my bag.
Absolutely.
And when we get there, I know what I smell. And it's going to smell like rain.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
And I've been to several cow pastures, but this not from a cow.
No, sir.
You know, this isn't fertilizer.
No, this from a human.
This is from humans.
Humans, yes, sir.
Not just baby. This is adult.
Adults.
So, and with that comes disease.
Yes.
You know, so we have to make sure that we're covered. We have to make sure that we're protected.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you have a tough stomach.
Yeah, that too.
You know, because you really don't want to be witnessing to someone.
No.
And you're gagging, and, you know, everybody does not smell fresh.
Of course.
This is not Irish Spring. This is not Dove.
No.
This is a different type of people. You know, they don't have water. They don't have water to drink, so they don't have water to bathe.
Do you guys give them the... I don't want to say it wrong. Do you guys provide like the iodine, I guess they put in their water to help clean their water? Is it iodine?
So it was iodine.
It was
iodine, and they probably use that in some other countries. But there is a water filter that Dr. Bailey and some of her other partners have created.
Really?
Where they take their water, they pour it in the filter, and once it goes through the filter, it cleans it, and they're able to drink it.
Wow.
So one of those water filters is like $100. I think that was when I was in Jamaica in 2022.
Okay.
One of those water filters is $100, but one water filter could take care of a whole village.
Understood.
So one water filter could take care of a whole village when they go down to the creek and they get it.
Yeah.
So what one of her initiatives was to get as many people to donate those. And what they would do, they would donate it to a family.
Okay.
When we were in South Africa in 2022, I think they distributed like 15 throughout in different areas. Because it's a large population of people. It's not a few people.
I got it's
you know,
a large amount.
It's probably like 500 to 600 people.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
you know, in these vivillages that
Understood.
made away. And what we try to do is to get it to some of the ladies or some of the families that are a part of the program, that are a part of Pastor Tebby's program in Eagle
understood.
Part of Ma Carroll's program over in Soweto.
Okay.
Right? And then part of, Mr. Bill's program over in the lower area of Soweto. Okay. And what they can do, they could use that to make money. Okay, so we not only try to equip them with their supplies, we are trying to go in and educate them. We're trying to teach them how to build, how to get a trade. A lot like what we do with the Last Dons. We want you to get a trade. I can lead you to the water, right? But I can't make you drink it.
No,
but
not
if
at
I take
all.
you to the water with the bucket, it's up to you to go back when I'm gone. So they try to teach them how to sew, how to braid hair, you know, how to make things that are needed. Now, we can get you these clear bottles. It's up to you to go to that creek and get it and use a filter to provide it.
Yes.
I think we mentioned about the flood that came.
Yeah, we did.
So there was a flood that happened over in Soweto.
That water helps?
It did until it flooded. So they could no longer get down there once that flood came.
Understood now.
Like those waters came up and they no longer had the lake.
Yeah.
So now that's just a dry area.
You know, I saw something on the National Geographic where it wasn't in Africa though. I think it was like in India somewhere where somebody created a water system that was created on top of a mountain, and you might have heard of it, and the water trickled down inside of that, and it had those same filters. I think, I don't know if it's those same filters, but they had like a little irrigation system happening going on, and they were able to drink off of that water. You know, to the whole village is able to get water as that. I don't know who created that, but I was just curious as we're talking about the filters, Katrina. So folks could donate $100, and that will buy a filter. Is there? So we'll talk about all of that, I guess, as we go. So is that going to be on the website?
We will put it on the website, and what I'll do is we'll place a link that'll redirect you to Master's Touch.
There it is.
Because that is Dr. Bailey's project.
Understood.
With those water filters. Now, we have the water campaign for our Go-Go's with the Last On's Tiny House with a Big Purpose.
Okay.
Where we're trying to ensure that our Go-Go's in that tiny house development in that community that we were able to establish, we had a plumber that was on the trip, a plumber and an electrician.
Okay.
And where they were informed that they couldn't get water into that specific area where we've built those 12 houses, they were able to come in and look. And there were 2 pipes, but the pipe had been blocked off. So with that pipe being blocked off, we're in the process of trying to get that filter to get. It's an electronic or electrical pump. That will actually pull that water.
Okay.
That'll be enough water to set up sort of like a spring.
Understood.
Or, a water fountain.
Yes.
For the Go-Go's.
Understood.
But with that particular product that would actually push, or that tool, it would be able to filter the showers. Now,
Understood.
Imagine coming from nothing. These, again, like we had talked, they're a part of the apartheid, never owned houses because the white Afrikaans had pushed them out. They now have a tiny house with their bed, their belongings. They can go out and drink clean water.
I like that.
They can go over and take a warm shower. Now, it might not be a hot shower like we're used to.
Right.
Like the ladies. Y'all like a hot shower. We like a scalding shower.
That's so true.
Not that.
Okay.
But they have their decency and their dignity to go into their own stall and shower. The recreation center that we were able to assist with, they're able to go into a kitchen and have water to boil. See, to us, we think grandma's cooking. We thinking turkey, ham, sides. These grandmas, they're not used to having anything. If they can get some oatmeal,
understood,
they think they're doing something.
I understand.
Something of substance, but they'll have a kitchen where things can be provided. Not only for them. On the other side of the eco village, there is elementary school. Like
understood.
Care for children. On the other side, another company had come in, or a nonprofit, they had come in and they've established a restoration center. That's for young girls that have been raped, sex trafficked,
understood.
Orphans. So it's trying to build the community one step at a time, and we can do it.
I'm gonna tell you, with a country that has so many natural resources and has the ability to have an influx of money come in for those resources, you would think the government would just send all the aid that they need over there. So that tells me that the government has some corruption going on within that.
In South Africa. Resembling here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we still have homeless.
Yeah, we still have homeless here. I understand.
Okay, say no more.
You know, sometimes the money comes at the top and a lot of it stays
there.
And it filters.
Understood.
What we've learned there, they try to really influence. I'll give you something to eat, but you'll have to take on
I remember you
things.
saying that, yeah.
You know, go ahead and denounce your God or go in and do things.
What?
You know, gender, it's... You know, when you have power, you can do with it
whatever you want. Yeah.
You know,
wow.
I'll give you this, and then we'll make sure we get your votes. You get all this food come election time. You get all these supplies.
I understand now. You know? I understand. So, you do this for me, and then I'll do that for you. And if you don't do it for me, then
if you vote, I don't know.
I understand.
Stay focused.
I understand. No, but I'm with you now.
Know?
Yeah. I see exactly what you're saying. That really gives an understanding to the magnitude of what's happening over there. Full understanding, you know. And you're right. It's just like what we see happening over here for a lot of the resources that would be available for those that are in impoverished situations. And that's a whole nother conversation too, you know.
It really is.
But Katrina, I really do thank you. Man, this was an awesome conversation, man. Like, it really was. And I'm glad we were able to talk, you know, in detail about this. And, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the Last Dons. I'm just excited for everything that you guys have going on. So what do you guys have coming up next?
So June the 10th, we will have our 8th annual golf tournament. It'll actually be an invitational.
Okay.
So this is the invitation.
Okay.
Right? Invitational.
Invitational.
This is the invitation.
Yep.
We will be here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right.
At the Grandover Golf and Resort Center. Registration starts at 7 a.m. Shotgun. You know, I'm still learning golf. Right?
I understand.
Shotgun is at 8.
Yeah.
It's $150 per player, $600 per team.
Okay.
They have some awesome prizes.
Oh, man.
Monetary for those that like to get out on the greens.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful course. They're always welcoming to us. They always support us, and it's for a good cause.
Yeah, I love
Someone's
it.
going to be blessed in the end.
That's right.
We always present the Last Don Second Chance Scholarship. Just working forward to serve the people.
Yeah.
June the 24th, I'll be partnering with Cornerstone Christian Center in Reedsville, North Carolina, where we're going to distribute backpacks.
I love it.
Same level of service, just a different partner, just a different way to do it.
Yes.
Like I said, we're having to just maneuver with the times. We're like chameleons. You know, if coming out is not the thing, let's see how we can meet the needs of the people, not only with backpacks, but partnering with those that are serving. In December, we'll work on doing that bowling tournament again here at Triad Lanes.
All right.
And we'll be sure to bless that baby that's been going through some medical issues.
Yes.
Just trying to be open arms and extended hands. And we're here to partner.
That's right.
Not only with Rockingham County. You know, we are willing to go out Greensboro, Winston, High Point, Danville, the surrounding areas. If we'll go to South Africa, we'll come to you.
Absolutely.
You know?
They're not limited at all.
No.
Yes. Expansion.
Most certainly.
Yes. I absolutely love it. If you would, Katrina, in closing, would you say something to someone to encourage them to not quit, to keep going? And then in closing, could you just tell the folks how they can get in contact with you again and follow you and be a part of the Last Dons?
Most certainly. I would say walk to the beat of your own heart. To your own heart, you cannot go wrong. There in your heart, you will hear the vision, you'll feel the vision, and with your own two eyes, you'll see the vision when no one else does. I am Katrina Harrison, the Executive Director of the Last Dons. You can contact me at 336-394-3942. You can reach us at the Last Dons LLC at twc.com. You can follow us on Facebook. We're on Twitter, and we are on TikTok, and we're on Instagram. Just call us. Call us up. We are here available. And I just thank you
You're
for
welcome.
always allowing us a platform to come and share what we are doing, to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I just keep looking at this cup. I'm going to keep dreaming it, and I'm going to keep doing it.
That's
and
right.
I suggest that you all do the same.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Katrina. And you're very welcome. It is an honor and pleasure to serve you. But not only that, give you this opportunity here on this platform to let folks know exactly what you're doing, because this is what it's all about. All we got is each other sometimes, and we have to, just help each other out in any way, in any capacity that we can. And it's an honor and a pleasure to have had you here today.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Listen, this is the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm Carl Ross Sr. Make it a great day and keep being great. Peace.